just as I said, I'm going to be giving you guys updated of the program that I went yesterday. Find your voice. It was an amazing program. I was really really educated in that program yesterday because I saw people who are way more ahead of me in the industry. You know, I saw a lot of people who were, captains of industries. Co-CEO, founders. It was a very, very good time yesterday. I connected with a lot of people. I took photos, I took videos. You know, there was live performance. There was performance by Gaze Baba. There was Johnny Dre. Came on stage. And was they were asking. There was a panel section for Johnny Dre. There was a panel section, Johnny Dre, a real estate mogul, a a political person, just to enlighten us, just to give us a heads up, for those people who are really aspiring to become great. It was a very, very wonderful program yesterday. So I'm going to be give you a few highlights of what I picked, a few words that I picked that I want to share with you guys that will also motivate you guys to become who you want to be, because the whole concept of the program is to make you understand that you have a voice. This is not about singing. When you hear find your voice, it's not about singing. It's about finding your calling, finding your true purpose that God has called you. You like it or leave it. Every one of us have a calling on this earth. So it is your duty to find it. Find what you can do. Okay. Find what you are good at. And some people are really, really good, but they are afraid of taking the step. So this program was to make us understand that you need to take the step. You need to take a step. You need to. These are some of the words that I picked, that I jotted down, that I would love to share with you and also elaborate on. We were honored to have the CEO of Pinky Vest. So he told us it was just story. It was just story. CEO of PiggyVest told us how he started coding and how he wanted to solve a problem for a friend. So the whole thing of you becoming who you are is finding a way to solve a problem. Okay. And that is what I have done in my new book that I launched today. The Art of Conversion is to solve problem of people who are finding difficult to communicate better when they are making sales. People that have run ads and the ads are not working. People comes but they don't know what to say. So I talked about psychology in the book, how to understand people. Because sell is not by posting product. It's by knowing how to communicate in a way that the other person on the other end will actually make a purchase. That is what selling is all about. That is what I've talked about in my ebook. So it was the result of trying to solve a problem. That is the reason why I got that inspiration to write that ebook and I solved that problem. So from what I can say from Som Tuchuku, that is the CEO of Pickyverse, is that he said he wanted to solve a problem for just his friends, create a small platform that he and his friends can be saving cash, and it turned to a global solution. So what I would pick for from his story is that just become a problem solver. Don't chase money. Don't run in after skater looking for where to get money. Just look for a problem and find a solution to it. So understanding that if you can solve a problem of one person, there are 1,000,001 people who are solving for that problem. If you can solve that problem, right, then you can solve problems for a million of people. Look at this other girl, I think Bemisola, the CEO of Shotless Nigeria. She also shared the same story that she came to she came to Lagos, and the transport system, how she were not comfortable trying to maneuver with the BRT and some other, heady taxi and downfall in the Lagos, and people that are going to work want something that is, be flexible, safe for them, that they can just board to the office. So she come up with an idea to, start short last. It was not easy at first, but she have the mind of solving a problem. She have a mind of solving a problem. So now if you can short last now, they are almost they're in Lagos, they are in Abuja, they are in a lot of cities, they are even international, they are even in some francophone countries. And if you see, it's a very simple strategy. get boss, connect it with people, they bought boss together. It's a very, very simple strategy, but it all comes down to the fact that they all want to become problem solver. So it is my charge for you today watching this video to know that you have a gift, you have a calling, you know, but how can you maximize that calling is by looking for problem and solving them and finding the ways to solve them. It is not your problem, you know. Some Tochukwu, the CEO of Pinky Vest, wanted to solve a problem for his friends, but now he's making millions. So look for a way to solve problem for people and you find your calling. So they asked one of the panelists yesterday, I've forgotten her name. So they asked one of the panelists yesterday that if I don't have money and I have a calling, and how do I start? And she said one simple thing that caught my attention. She said a very simple thing that I love. She said, go for volunteers. There are different people calling for volunteers. Just go there. Do a voluntary service. Do a voluntary service. Serve people. You know, there are so many voluntary organizations, so many NGOs that are calling for people to just, serve for free. Go and serve for free. From there, it's a gradual step. But you cannot hold yourself in the house and say, how do I do this? You have to make the step. You have to make the step. I can remember in my own life where I decided to leave Ghana and come to Nigeria to learn digital marketing. It was a step. Now I cannot encourage people to do the same. So it's a step. So I also pick. So these are some of the things I wrote down in my book that I also love you to take as an advice, take as a word that will encourage you to do better, to take a step, to take a step. Number one word I pick from that place is greatness is all about intentionality. If you want to be great, you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional in your movement. You have to be intentional in the friends you keep. You have to be intentional in the things you hear. You have to be intentional in your whole life. When you become intentional, you will find the right platform. People are confused. I don't know what to do in life. When you are intentional about your life, you will find the right platform. You see, God will show you a picture of who you want to become, but He will not tell you the steps you need to take. It is you that have to start taking the step before you will get there. The another thing I wrote down is greatness is not about the money. Greatness is about you inspiring people to become great also. That is greatness. If true CEO of Mickey Vest, I can become also a CEO and a co-founder, that is greatness. If true CEO of Shortlast, I can also have my own company and become a CEO to solve people's problem. That is greatness. So greatness is not the money. It is the people they are imparting. It is the people you impact. That is greatness. So greatness is not by having millions of dollars. It's the people that you impact. See, the CEO of Piggy Investment, he has a lot of money, but what transpired, it was his desire to solve a problem for his friends. So try and be a problem solver. Have a problem solver mindset. The last thing I also wrote, I wrote a lot of things, but I will just share it because of time. He said, if you want to fight confusion, make a decision. If you want to fight a confusion, if you want to fight confusion in life, make a decision. Make a step. Make a step. Some of you are blessed and gifted, honestly, and gifted. You are blessed and gifted, but the problem is how to make that step. As you're watching this video, make a step today. Make a step. You are great. Okay, find your voice. Find your voice. So thank you very much. With the story of the people I shared, like CEO of Pinky Vest, Son Tochukwu, the CEO of Shotlast, I believe with this their story that they wanted to solve a problem for people that have make them a public figure, that have make them people you read in the news, of their investment. It's because they have a passion to solve a problem. They were not thinking the money at first. They were thinking the problem they will solve at first. So start looking for a problem and start solving it. I started mine. I've looked for problem around Facebook ads and people not making sales after people click on the ad and what they will have to do. The next conversation, how to start conversation. I've solved that problem for business owner. If you're a business owner, you can click, look for anywhere around this video. I'll place video, you go and get that ebook and you'll be redirected to a class where I'll also be supporting you. I'll be answering questions regarding your business and sales around your business. Follow this channel for more. I remain great mind. A great mind is not limited and cannot be defeated. You are great. You watching this video, the fact that you see this video today means that you are great. It means that something is telling you that you need to take a step. You need to make a move. I always use that as my slogan. Always making move. Make move. You are great. Find your voice. 2025 was awesome. And I'm happy I'm there. And I hope to see you 2026. Find your voice 2026. I want to see you there. And I know one day I will also be among the people that will be talking on that stage. And I want to also use this medium to tag the Elevation Church uh of the leader of the church and the leader of Elevation Church, Pastor Godman. He is so like a father. Like me coming meeting that church for the very first time. One thing that made me stay in that church was the slogan I saw, the slogan of the church. The slogan of the church made me stay in that church. It said the slogan is making greatness common. And that's the reason why I stayed in that church. And after listening to Pastor Goodman and all the pastors, like my pastor PK Shaw from Ikorodu Expression, Ikorodu West Expression, PK Shaw, after listening to him several times of how they talk, how they want you to become great, I just want to bless God for them. And this program was free. We're transported from all Lagos. It was free. It was a free transport for everybody that was coming. I just want to thank uh PK Shaw, Pastor Goodman Akilabi, his wife, the Elevation Church in general. I just want to thank them for putting this program together and making us understand that we are great, charging us towards greatness. I just want to thank them, and I pray that God continue to bless the Elevation Church and people will become great through this program in the name of Jesus. See you guys. Peace.